Hey, and welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show, where we're on our journey to 250,000 subscribers. In fact, I want to be at 500,000. So if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, and more importantly, share with a friend. So I want to talk today about Melania. Yep, Melania, our former First Lady. Because she went to where, of course, Donald, he feels very comfortable as well. She goes on Fox News. Oh, shocker, right? Literally the other day, goes on Fox News. And I want to break down for you what she says. It's incredible. Talk about two peas in a pod. All right. So let's first look at this clip of her discussing claims that Trump, meaning Donald, is a threat to democracy. Play that clip.
The former president has survived 2 assassination attempts. And Kamala's camp has just issued yesterday that they're going to go more negative. The Biden-Harris team continues with the negative rhetoric, whether it's Hitler or, he's tearing down democracy. Are you worried about your husband's safety in the next 29 days?
Of course I do. Yes, I do. I think, when they call him, he's a threat to democracy, let's ask ourselves, who is really a threat to democracy? They are ongoing with the lawfare against the former president, as well as, trying to get him off the voting ballots and trying to, silence him. So, yes, of course, I was always afraid what can happen, and that they continuing with that kind of language is just, it's a toxic atmosphere.
Yeah, and I wonder where that toxic atmosphere is coming from. Talk about somebody who is beyond clueless. She's worried about Donald. Interesting, because you don't see Melania on the trail much, right? You don't see her involved in the campaign at all. Of course, she's wearing her $600 little Melania Liberty pin, charm that, they're hawking to those who can't afford. It's amazing how they all talk about how bad the economy is, how bad America is, right? It's so bad that you can't buy your eggs, you can't buy your milk, you can't buy your bacon, but you can buy a $600 Melania trinket, right, to wear around your neck, or a $100,000 Trump watch that's pretty much worth about maybe $50 worth of goods and materials. Melania's stuff isn't even gold. I mean, you're talking about a gold plating over some sort of stuff where her last jewelry, her costume jewelry, failed also because the iridium was coming off and all. Just seriously, this is who they're bringing on. And Judge Jeanine, goddamn, talk about somebody who is so in the camp. I mean, wake up, for God's sakes. The threat to democracy is the guy who talks about, which I don't know why there's no pushback there. The threat to democracy is the guy who's talking about rewriting the Constitution. That's the threat to democracy, Melania. All right, for God's sakes. Then Melania claims that Donald treats everyone as equals. Play that clip.
And, he's treating everybody equal. He doesn't, man or woman. He could be tough on a woman. He could be tough on a man. We experienced that.
We've seen that. We've seen that.
Yeah. What she's really trying to say is he's equally as nasty to women as he is to men. And we're only talking about being nasty to people who he doesn't like because they say something or they do something that he deems negative to him. And he has no problem with treating people. And I'm going to agree with this, by the way. All right. He treats men and women equally. He treats them both like shit. He treats Melania like shit. He treats his kids like shit. He treats his employees like shit. He treats his campaign staff like shit. He treats everyone like shit because that's who Donald Trump is. He doesn't give a shit about anyone or anything other than himself. Plain and simple. He will smile, he will use you, and at the end of the day, he will discard every single one of them if he sees there's a benefit for him. And that's going to include guys like Elon Musk and others. Rest assured, I know this motherfucker better than anybody, and I'm telling you, he's got some real plans for these guys. All righty. Then Melania is asked about her Be Best initiative. Oh, I got a lot to tell you about that. Play that clip.
Yes.
When you are hopefully First Lady again,
Yes.
will you continue with the Be Best initiative? I know that was near and dear to your heart in those 4 years.
I will do that. And also, we need to see what will happen in few months and what next year will bring, and new issues will come, right? So you need to tackle those issues, and you need.
Yeah. I mean, Be Best was supposed to be about anti-bullying, because bullying, which of course has started since the very first day of time and will also continue until the last day of time. Who knows what issue? She doesn't even know what she's talking about. You know why she doesn't know what Be Best is all about? Because Be Best had no benefit to anyone. It did absolutely nothing. Now, I know a lot of people that worked for Melania as First Lady. Not a single policy was created, not a concept. What she had them doing day in and day out, creating a scrapbook for her. Now, I'm not bullshitting you. Anytime her name was mentioned in a newspaper, no matter what the paper was, your job was to find it and to cut it out and to put it in a scrapbook. Like a 4-year-old, she had to build a scrapbook. And what next did they ask this 4-year-old with her scrapbook and Be Best, which, by the way, is it a catchy slogan? No, right? Is it about anti-bullying? No, right? Who knows what Be Best was? Not even Melania. And then they ask her a question where they discuss Melania's life trajectory. Just play this clip.
I love the cover.
Because it's black.
It's black. Like you, I was a model. And do you ever... there's some magazines you probably never heard of, but they're out of business now. Yeah. Do you ever stop and think about your life and wonder, how did you get here? Like, you came to the United States in 96, you arrived at JFK, and then you end up in the White House. And obviously you didn't expect it, but do you ever, does it ever kind of have these moments where, how did I get here?
Yeah, it's an incredible journey, incredible story, where I came from small town in Slovenia and then went to Milan, Paris, New York. And you never know what can happen in life, right? Mm-hmm. We don't know the future. We don't know what will happen next year. So, here we are.
Would you have married Donald Trump if you had a crystal ball that said he would be president?
That's a interesting question.
Yeah, because as she has reported in the past, it didn't stop that Donald had money. All right, that he had certainly a reputation of being a major mega billionaire. Now, of course, Melania's response was, when they asked her once that question, would you have married Donald if he wasn't rich? And her response was, do you think that he would have wanted to marry me if I didn't look this way? Right? That's how shallow that these two people are. It's really amazing. And her trajectory, listen, I don't have to tell you about her trajectory. You don't see too many first ladies, posing naked. But then again, that's all good. I mean, who really cares? Her trajectory is one that probably may never, ever occur again in America's history for all time. But que sera, sera, whatever floats your boat. Now, finally, Gutfeld, who I think Gutfeld is one of the worst fucking people on television. Only Fox News would have somebody like Greg Gutfeld on asking questions. He asks Melania one of the weirdest questions ever. Play this clip.
Does he ever sleep?
Yes. He doesn't sleep much. He does, of course.
Does he wear pajamas?
No.
Oh. No. What does he wear when he sleeps, Melania?
Well, one of the things...
Yeah. I mean, what is? I'm not even sure what the hell he's talking about. What he's really trying to get at is, as you may recall, with Stormy Daniels, she said he came out in pajamas and all that other stuff. Good for Melania to at least have half a brain where she doesn't give in any information that can, corroborate what Stormy was saying. Look, it's just a weird sort of question. I'm not even sure. Why is she there? Let's be clear about this. Why is she even there on Fox News? It's not regarding Trump. It's not regarding the campaign. She's hawking her book, Melania. They like, the black cover book, like her heart. And her necklace, her pendant, thinking that people are going to say, oh my God, what was Melania wearing? She's such a fashion icon. Oh, I need to see what that pendant is all about. Oh, $600. Yeah, okay, I can do a little layaway on that one, right? It's the holidays coming up. They are two peas in a pod. It is why I'm going to end this episode as I do all. We don't want these people back in the White House. That I promise you. And so make sure you go to vote.org. Make sure you're fully registered. And make sure on November 5th, you vote Harris Walz 2024. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.